Hey, welcome to Crafting with TC Studios. Want to know how to make this bear? This bear is a creative way to share gifts with your family members. Guess what? It's a stash bear! We've created this. Want to know more about how we did this? Stay tuned. Like, share, and comment. I am going to be showing you in this video the items that you'll need to create this stash bear. You will need a fluffy bear, and the items will be listed down in the box below. You will need a mason jar for all your secret items, the things that you're stashing, and we will be stashing candies. Gonna need candies of your choice. I have this big bag of candy because I plan on making a boatload of these bears. About 60 candies. And you're going to need your best pair of scissors, an X-Acto knife, because guys, we will be cutting the head off of the bear. Don't worry, it's going to go back. And you will need some hot glue. A hot glue gun, and I like to have these to help your fingers. It's a silicone fingertip to help you from getting your finger burned. And I looked up and found some of these at my Dollar Tree. All right, so try your local Dollar Tree for that. And that's all that we'll need. So I'll go off camera and I'll get this cutie ready. I'll take off his head, and then we're going to put it back. No worries. All right, see you soon. Off the bunny's head, we're going to get rid of his little sticker here. I'm also going to get rid of the one back here that tells where he's made, the little barcode. I don't know why, I just don't like it, so I'm going to cut that off. It's not necessary, that's optional. Okay, we want to salvage his little ribbon bow here. So we're going to take our scissors under there and we're just going to clip off, because we're going to put that back maybe, or maybe we'll just style his little ear with it or something like that. All right, so we're going to have to sever the head. Oh, that sounds so horrible. So we got to find a space to just kind of get in there and loosen up some of the what do you call that, the seams. So I loosen the seams with that, and I'm going to use my best scissors ever. And I'm just going to start cutting. All right, so we are back, and I have already removed the head of poor little Thumper here. All right, so my daughter told me I'm having too much fun with severing the head of this animal. But anyway, we're going to take some of the fluff out. We're going to put it over to the side. We want some fluff to still stay. But as you can see, the idea is that this goes into the body, and that this top will now become his head. And so you're going to be able to screw this head onto the body. I hope that makes sense, okay? So we're going to start removing some of the fluff. Keep it over close to you, because you want to make sure that you keep some, because you want them to still have a fluffy tummy, right? You want them to have a really fluffy tummy. You want people to just really believe that this is just your regular run-of-the-mill bear, okay? Sitting on your cabinet or on your bed or whatever. Okay, so we're going to get this jar down into the body. And like I said, we are removing and replacing, replenishing, pushing it back in. We're removing some, but we're just trying to get it situated where the body still looks fluffy, but there's room for his stash jar, okay? For the candy jar. Now this jar, we're calling it a candy jar, but it could be for anything. Say you want to save some money, you don't want your little brothers or sisters to know where your money is. Any of your treasures can be saved here, okay? So that's what we're doing. We're gonna, oh, and look at him. Oh, this one, his little, and you gotta notice that too. This one has a seam running down the middle. So it's important too that we pay attention to that because his seam is kind of busting open here. So you might want to pay attention to the ones that have a seam running down the stomach. Okay, so we got to take care of that. We got to fix that. No need to worry. We'll take care of that. All right, so we got him situated on the inside of there. And I don't think we'll need any more fluff. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to set him to the side over here. And we're going to work on the head. Do I want to work on the head now? Or do I want to work on this body? Okay, well, we'll work on the head. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the lid and we're going to put him into this. We're going to put this lid into the bear, okay? By attaching him with a hot glue gun. So I'm just going to show you a little bit and we're going to speed this up, but I'll show you a little bit of how we're going to do it. So we're going to go inside of the lid, inside a little, leaving a little lid out. We want enough for the lid to be able to go onto the jar with no problem, okay? Now, I just started doing that and I remember something that I want you guys to know. I want you to know that we probably should line up our bear here. You know, let's put the jar. We're just trying the lid on, trying to make sure we have his head on right so that he can be fairly lined up properly. Okay, so I'll just put him on to test it out to see if he is face forward. And yes, he is. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the inner part of this bear lid. So I'm just going to put some glue here and I'm going to put his head down on there, not on the lower level but on the top upper part of the lid. All right, and so we're just going to use that as our source of knowing how to make sure his head goes on right. All right, so we're going to speed this up and we'll come back to you. So I think I'm going to decide, this was like a last minute thought. You know how the mason jar lids, they come loose? Well, I think I'm going to hot glue this in because there will be no need to take this lid off. okay? So I don't think it matters how messy it is, because you're no longer going to see the top portion of this. Just use my hot glue gun and I went around this lid because I was thinking we're not going to be needing this lid to come out anymore. So we're going to just hot glue this in the mason jar lid so that it will stay attached, okay? And everything's pretty hot, so remember, be very careful. And remember, when you use these, sometimes you get used to like, oh, it's not hot. But when you touch it with your other finger, it is hot, okay? So I'm just trying to make it snug and secure. And this has already cooled. And then I'm going to test it on my jar again. Take his head off. All right, so now poor little bunny, he had this seam to come loose, so I cannot tell you that oh my goodness, don't do what I just did. Glued the bunny to the table. I can't tell you that I was expecting this to happen, but so you'll know, this was one of the Walmart bears, one of the Walmart Easter bears, and I don't know if you want to avoid this kind, but his tummy ripped. So we're going to try to close up his seam, okay? So let's make sure that we give it enough room to. Maybe if we give it enough room, it won't feel like it has to burst at the seams. Maybe that was our issue there, was not giving the jar enough room. I'm gonna take more of the stuffing out. And then I'm going to sit the mason jar back down in there again. I still feel like it's a lot of stuffing, so I'm still gonna make some more adjustments. And you can see how much that I've removed. It's quite a bit. Okay. So I am going to put it on back down in there. Oh look, it doesn't even look like it's ripped anymore. After removing all of that, you can't even tell, okay? Okay. Now we're working with gas. So you just gotta make some adjustments sometime. Okay. All right, so I'm going to, I took out more of the stuffing. I still got a puffy stomach, so I'm still working with something. Still looks good. I am now taking my fingers and kind of wrapping some around the back of the jar, just moving what's already in there instead of adding more. And I could take a little bit, I'm gonna take a little bit over here and add it in on the sides. So it's about adjusting just for your liking, you know. But remember what we just said, really kind of try to make sure you take out a lot of the stuffing first before you sit your jar down in there. Let the jar get itself situated in, and then we can start making our adjustments. You adjust it, put it in, take it out, put it in, and take it out to your liking so that you'll know if it's stuffed well enough. Okay? Alright, so now we need to make sure, this is our caution. This is my caution to you. We cannot go up here. We have to stay under here so that our lid can close up properly. So we have to make sure we stay under the lip of where the lid has to go. Okay? So we got to stay under here. Alright, so let's get gluing. I know, I'm just as scared as you guys are. But let's get gluing and let's see how it's going to go. I'm just going to put a generous amount. I'm going to start pushing his body up on it. Okay, another generous amount. Trying to stay low. I'm gonna start pushing. And I'm also gonna squeeze this close because of my seam. Squeeze that close there. Okay. Okay, and so we just want to make sure that it's just cleaned up a bit around the edges because we want it to be quality and we want it to be as seamless as possible. We don't want people to know that we ripped his head off and put it back on. So now I am just closing the bear up and I'm hoping that his head goes all the way. Oh no, it didn't go all the way around. Let me try it again. All right, so how does he look? How does he look? Yay, cute, yay. Okay, I think he looks excellent. I might, and even with his seams, I might wanna take his little thing and just glue it right here. But I think it's pretty seamless. What you think? I think that'll be cute, just to put his little bow right here in the center. But this is where his seam had broke, but I think it's pretty unnoticeable. So here's the head of the stash bear, and we have our stash bear. And now for the fun part. Now for the fun part. We get to open up our candies. Stash our candies. Yay, for the good candies. Okay. All right, so there you have it. That gorgeous stash bear. Get your head on there. Put your head on. Put your head on. Put the lid on. And yes, I think I want to put that bowl right in the middle. I'm going to ask my kids what they think about it, but I think I'm going to stick that bowl right on the middle. All right. So have fun with it. Enjoy your stash bear. You guys can do a variation. It could be lambs. It could be rabbits. It can be bears. Any kind of stuffed animal you like. And you remember, your treasure is your treasure. It's whatever you want to stash. So I hope that you enjoyed creating a stash bear with TC Studios. My name is Tiffany Rucker, and you have an awesome day. Bye. Like, subscribe, and comment. See ya.